This session is on height and distance. We're looking at important points, what is angle of elevation, angle of depression, and so on. On part 1, we'll be solving easy and moderate type of questions. Please like, share and subscribe this particular channel. First, we'll know the basics of trigonometry. Okay, for height and distance, it's important to know the basics of sine, cos, and tan. Okay, very important is nothing but tan, which is equal to perpendicular by base. If you consider any right angle triangle, okay, the tan is nothing but perpendicular by base. It's very important for all the problems. We have to know this one. Now coming to the next one. Next important thing you have to remember in height and distance type of the problem is trigonometric ratios. You have to know each and every value. Okay, what is cos 60 degrees, tan 45 degrees, and so on. Mostly we'll be solving the problem based on tan only. Okay, what is tan 30 degrees, and so on. The other thing you have to remember is nothing but root 3 is equal to 1.73 and 1 by root 3 is equal to 0.57. This type of problems will be also coming. Now coming to the next one. Now coming to the angle of elevation and angle of depression. First would I explain you about angle of elevation. Okay, I will consider straight lines here, OP and OA. Okay, if a person is standing at a point O, and he is looking at the object which is placed at a point P, then he would be looking above the level of his eye, right? And a person would be standing on a ground or a base, then this particular angle forms an angle theta, which is nothing but angle of elevation. Same thing is written here. Suppose a man from a point O looks above the object P, placed above the level of his eye, then angle which a line straight makes with a horizontal one through O is called as an angle of elevation of P seen from an O. Now coming to the angle of depression. Okay, if you consider straight lines here, if a person is standing above the tower or a building and looking down a object here at a point P, if there is a base here, then forms an angle theta. The person will be looking below the level of his eye, right? The person will be looking below the level of his eye. They forms an angle theta. This angle theta is nothing but this angle only. This angle and this angle will be same. Then this particular angle is called as an angle of depression. Same thing is written here. Suppose a man from a point O looks down at the object P, placed below the level of his eye, then the angle which the line of straight makes with an horizontal through O is called as an angle of depression of P seen from an O. It's very very important to solve any type of problems. Now let us solve the problems. Coming to the questions now. Okay, the first one. From a point P on the level ground, the angle of elevation of the top tower is 30 degrees. The tower is 100 meters height. The distance of a point P from the foot of the tower is. Okay, first we understand the question. They are saying that from a point P on a level ground, the angle of elevation of a top tower is 30 degrees. If the tower is 100 meters height, right? If you consider point P here, consider point P, and we will consider a tower of 100 meters. It is forming an angle of elevation, right? Consider this one as a base. Then becomes angle is 30 degrees it is said. Now we have to find the distance of a point P from the tower. Okay, if you consider this point as an Q and this one as an R, angle is nothing but theta. I will consider theta. Then from this one you have to find the distance P and Q. If you consider this one as an X, you have to find the value of X. The general thing that we know is nothing but tan theta. Okay, it is forming a triangle, right? Then tan theta is equal to RQ by PQ, right? Perpendicular by base. But theta is equal to 30 degrees. Then it becomes tan 30 degrees, which is equal to 1 by root 3. RQ, what is the RQ value? Is 100 by PQ is nothing but X. then we get an x value is equal to 100 root 3, right? But we know that root 3 is equal to 1.73, right? 1.73. Then x is equal to 100 into 1.73, it equals to 173 meters. So the answer is option C. The distance from point B to the foot of the tower is x, which is equal to 173 meters. Now come to the next question. An observer 1.6 meter tall is 20 meters away from the tower. The angle of elevation from the eye to the top of the tower is 30 degrees. The height of the tower is. First we understand the question. They are saying that there is an observer 1.6 meters tall. Okay, consider a person is an observer. Okay, he is 1.6 meters tall and is 20 root 3 meters away from the tower. So consider a tower. This one is nothing but a tower. So the distance from the tower to observer is nothing but given as 20 root 3 meters. The angle of elevation from the eye to the top of the tower is 30 degrees. So the person is looking at the top of the tower, right? Then it is forming an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. What is the height of the tower? You have to find the height of the tower from here to here. If you consider this one as an h, height of the tower. Till here we know that it is nothing but 1.6 meters. Right? Then this is nothing but equal to h minus 1.6 meters. Right? From here to here it is 1.6 meters. Now we know that it is forming a trigonometry. So if you consider an angle of 30, okay, then tan 30 degrees is equal to nothing but perpendicular by base. Here base is nothing but 20 root 3 only, right? So perpendicular is nothing but h minus 1.6 divided by base is 20 root 3, right? So tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3, right, which is equal to h minus 1.6 by 20 root 3, right? Root 3 get cancelled. Then h is equal to nothing but 20 plus 1.6. Therefore, height of the tower is 21.6 meters. So answer is option A. Come to the next question. Two ships are sailing in a sea on two sides of a lighthouse. The angle of elevation top of a lighthouse is observed from the ships at 30 degrees and 45 degrees respectively. If the lighthouse is 100 meters height, the distance between the two ships is, okay. First we understand the question. They are saying there are two ships sailing in the sea on two sides of a lighthouse. Okay, if you consider a lighthouse here, this one is a lighthouse, and two ships are sailing beside it, right? If you consider this one as a ship 1 and this one as ship 2, A and B. Okay, the angle of elevation of the top of the lighthouse is observed from the ships at 30 degrees and 45 degrees. They are looking at the top of a lighthouse, right? Then they are making an angle of nothing but equal to 30 degrees and 45 degrees. If the lighthouse is 100 meters height, the height of the lighthouse is nothing but 100 meters. The distance between the two ships is, okay, we have to find the distance between AB. If you consider this one as an X and this one as an Y, then distance between the two ships is equal to AB is equal to X plus Y, right? You have to find the value of X and find the value of Y. Now we have a trigonometry, right? So tan theta, if you consider this one as a theta 1 and this as a theta 2, then we get it as tan theta 1 is equal to perpendicular by base, which is equal to 100 by x. Here theta 1 is equal to 30 degrees. tan 30 is equal to nothing but 1 by root 3, which is equal to 100 by x. Then we get an x value is equal to nothing but 100 root 3, right? You consider theta 2. Then tan theta 2 is equal to 100 by y, right? Perpendicular is 100, base is y. Theta 2 is nothing but 45 degrees, right? Then we get tan 45 degrees, nothing but 1 is equal to 100 by y. Then y is equal to nothing but equal to 100. We got the x value and we got an y value. So which is equal to nothing but 100 root 3 plus 100. But we know that root 3 is equal to almost equal to 1.73, right? So we get it as into 100, right? If you multiply with 100 into root 3, it is equal to 173, right? Then it becomes 173 plus 100, which is equal to nothing but 273 meters. So the distance between the two ships x plus y is equal to 273 meters. So answer is option C. Come to the next question. The top and bottom of a tower were seen to be at an angle of depression of 30 degrees and 60 degrees on the top of a hill of height 100 meters. Find height of a tower. First one, understand the question. The top and bottom of a tower. Okay, if you consider something as a tower here. Here it is a tower. Top and bottom are seen at angle of depression of 30 degrees and 60 degrees on the top of a hill. Okay, we consider something as a hill here. It is a hill, right? From the top of a hill, the top of the tower and bottom of a tower are being seen, and it is making an angle of 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So here it becomes an angle of 30 degrees, right? Again it is forming an angle of, here it is forming an angle of 60 degrees. Then you can see that this angle is 30 degrees and this angle is 60 degrees, right? The angle here is 30 degrees, the same angle will be coming here also. Height of a hill is nothing but 100 meters, they are saying. From here to here, height of the hill is nothing but 100 meters. Find height of the tower. We have to find the height of the tower. If you consider this one as a h, then here also it becomes h. From here to here, right? Then from here to here it is 100 minus h, right? If you consider from here to here as an x, as it is a rectangle, so here also it becomes an x only. Now you have to find the h value, height of the hill is so much, right? As we know the trigonometry, right? It is forming in a triangle. If you consider this one as an theta 1 and this one as an theta 2. Okay. Now theta 1, okay, tan theta 1 is equal to perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is nothing but 100 meters. So it becomes 100 by x, right? Theta 1 is 60 degrees. Tan 60 degrees is equal to root 3 is equal to 100 by x. Then we get x is equal to nothing but 100 by root 3, right? So we got the x value which is equal to 100 by root 3, right? You consider theta 2. Here tan theta 2 is equal to nothing but perpendicular is 100 minus h. 100 minus h by it is x, right? Theta 2 is nothing but 30 degrees. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to 100 minus h by x. then it becomes x into 1 by root 3 is equal to 100 minus h. Here x value is nothing but 100 by root 3. So it becomes 100 by root 3 into 1 by root 3, right, is equal to 100 minus h. You have to find the value of h. 100 by root 3 into root 3, it becomes nothing but 3. Then h is equal to nothing but 100 minus 100 by 3. 100 by 3 is equal to nothing but 100 by 3 is equal to 33.33, which is equal to 66.66. So height of the tower is nothing but 66.66 meters. So answer is option C. Now consider next question. A vertical toy 18 centimeters long casts a shadow of 8 centimeters long on the ground. At the same time, a pole casts a shadow of 48 meters long on the ground. Find height of the pole. Okay. If you consider a vertical toy of 18 centimeters. Okay. If you consider this one as a toy of 18 centimeters, it will showing a shadow of 8 centimeters. Then if you consider this one as a shadow, then it is 8 centimeters. At the same time, pole casts a shadow of 48 meters. Okay, if you consider in a pole, this is a pole. It provides a shadow of nothing but 48 meters. Find the height of the pole. We have to find the value of h now. Right? What is the height of the pole? H we have to find it out. Here it is in centimeters, here it is in meters. So we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Right? Then 48 meters is equal to 4800 centimeters. Then here it becomes 4800 centimeters. Right? We know that for 18 centimeters, it casts in a shadow of how much? 8 centimeters. Right? So for how much height? Okay, it will show 4800 centimeters of a shadow. We have to find it out. If you cross multiply it, then h is equal to nothing but 18 into 4800 by 8. 4 side goes by 12. It goes by 2. The one side becomes 600. 6 into 18, 108. Again 00 comes at with 10800 centimeters. So we got the height of a pole is equal to 10800 centimeters. But none of the options are matching. We know that 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. Then 10800 centimeters is equal to how much? 108 meters. So height is also equal to 108 meters. So height of the pole is equal to 108 meters. Now come to the next question. A man standing at the point P is watching top of a tower, which makes an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. With the man's eye, the man walks some distance towards a tower to watch its top. The angle of elevation becomes 60 degrees. What is the distance between the base of the tower and the point P? First we understand the question. The man is standing at a point P. Okay, consider a point P here. A point P, and a man is standing here and watching the top of a tower. Right? If you consider a straight line as in a tower, this is nothing but a tower. He is watching at the top of a tower. Makes an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. It makes an angle of 30 degrees at a side. With the man's eye, the man walks some distance towards the tower and moving a distance towards a tower. Right? Then it is making an angle of elevation of 60 degrees, and it will be looking at the top of the tower. This angle is nothing but 60 degrees. Now, what is the distance between the base of a tower to the point P? If we consider base of a tower as a B, then we have to find PB value is equal to how much we have to find it out. If we consider this one as X, this is an Y, then PB is equal to X plus Y. You have to find out this one. If you consider trigonometric values, tan 30 degrees, right? Then tan 30 degrees is equal to perpendicular by base. If you consider height of the tower as H, then becomes H by what the distance, total distance we have taken P to B, then it becomes X plus Y. Tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3, which is equal to H by X plus Y. Then we get H is equal to nothing but X plus Y by root 3, right? I will consider tan 60 degrees. Okay, then tan 60 degrees is equal to height by base. Height is H, base is X. Tan 60 is number root 3 is equal to H by X. Then H is equal to root 3 X, right? Both the H are same, so we can equate it. Then we get it as nothing but root 3x is equal to x plus y by root 3. Root 3 into root 3, it becomes 3. Then we get 3x is equal to x plus y. Then y is equal to nothing but 2x, right? Just substitute the value here. Then we get it as y is nothing but 2x, right? Then x plus 2x, which is equal to nothing but 3x. Distance is 3x. But we don't know the value, exact value of x. So data is inadequate, or data is not satisfied, or data is not sufficient to solve the problem, right? So the option is option D.